Hey, John, just want to get your thoughts as the spring is now concluded. How nice was it to actually get through a spring? I mean, almost like it seemed like at the end of the season, you guys, breathed a sigh of relief that you got through it. Is it almost the same feeling in some ways right now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just the last spring was almost 2 years ago. So like last year we had it canceled. We had a shortened season. This is the most normal it's felt in a long time. Feels great. The team had a good showcase. I had a good spring. Defense had a good spring. So it's nice that we can put all the hard work in, take a breather, and like, all right, we got a couple of weeks to rest up and then get our minds right, enjoy time with family, go travel if we can, and then come back and just get back to it. So it's a good way to end it. So I'm a little tired.
Over to Adam wants to take.
Hi, John. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that with, Quinn and Marvin Ham being out later this spring. You've had a ton of reps. How are you holding up, and how much did those reps help you improve as a player?
We'll start with the pros. I feel like I got a lot better. The reps definitely helped mentally, just learning how to. The more reps you get, the more you can get better. I make mistakes, I can fix them. I have more time to correct it. And it became more a game situation because they're not just running series of 4 on, 4 off like we would in the rotation. Like sometimes in a game, the offense gets a couple first downs and you're out there for 8+ plays and you're just digging in to try to get more. In the last 2 weeks, it felt like that playing. I'd have series of like 10 on, 2 to 3 to 4 off, and then back out there. So I took a lot of reps. It helped. I feel like I got better as a player. And mentally, it challenged me a lot to make good calls when I'm exhausted.
Polly.
Coach Terrell regarded you as someone who keeps showing up to practice and putting in that work. After a few big plays today, how did you feel after today's scrimmage?
Defensively, I felt we played pretty good. I think it was a good back and forth kind of day. Most of the spring ball, defense has been on top, and today it felt, like good for the fans. They got to see some touchdowns from the offense, which we don't like. But it was a good back and forth day. Defense had some good plays. I felt like I played all right. I could have played better, but you have good and bad days. But what's important is that the whole team plays well. But I feel like I played a good spring. The last couple of practices were some of my best. I had a really good scrimmage last Friday. So I feel like it was a good practice overall. Good showcase.
Back to Brian Howe.
John, you've been here for a little while and you've been a starter in the past, but how would you say your level of play and your confidence compares right now to what it's been in the past?
Yeah, that's a great question. The last year, I really put in a lot of work to improve my mental game, and that came with confidence, having a short memory because as a linebacker, sometimes you have a bad tackle or you make a wrong check because we're playing pretty much quarterback of the defense. And so I really stepped up in getting my mind game right and learning the playbook, being confident in myself, my abilities, digging deeper, like I was saying earlier. Overall, I just feel like I've gotten better. The more reps has helped. Coaching other guys, helping the D-line get lined up, and safeties knowing what they're doing. And so really feel like I've developed overall. Still a long way to go. I didn't play my best showcase or practice today. And that just shows that there's always more to get better at and improve on.
Hi, John. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about Josh Gustav. He had a few big plays early on. I was wondering what you've seen from him and how he's been developing.
Oh, that's my guy. He's had a great spring. He's very technical. He works his ass off. Sorry, his butt off. He grinds. Something that you guys don't see or even coaches see, that like during COVID and summer, he's putting in extra work. So he'll come in, like, do the bare minimum, or not bare minimum, but what's required. And he'll come in, do more pass rush with Bow for like hours on end, just on Kittredge Field on their own. So he's put a lot of work in. He's worked his butt off. He's really diligent and focused, and it's showing this spring, and I'm really proud of him.
We'll close the day out with Brian Howe.
John, obviously a lot of talented running backs on the offense, but I'm curious if it feels different to tackle Jaylee Stacks than it does to tackle the other guys.
Ah, I'm proud of him because he's from Creek, and I rep my alumni, and he's gotten really good. He last year from scout team, he was just a guy who just won straight, but he's really developed this spring, and I think he's someone who's going to be a force to reckon with when it comes to the fall. And I think other defenses are going to have a really hard time. I've had a hard time tackling him, and that's something I have to get better at, and I always have to get better. So yeah. But I have nothing but other than good things to say about Jaylee. He's really improved as a player, and I'm proud of him.